Simple is a cloud-based application aimed at doing one important thing simply and well, and that is getting information about a project's financial status to management as quickly and easily as possible. To do that, we simplify both the producer's life and the artist's life, so that the information you need is available as quickly as possible. In fact, in near real time. Everything starts with a project. This simple page shows all our projects along with their type and status. And at a glance, we have front and center the current versus projected margins for every project at our organization. Typically, the actual numbers can take days or weeks to show up, which makes adjusting to changing circumstances very challenging. But here we have them right away. If we look inside one of these projects, we can see a high-level breakdown of the budget. There's a top-line revenue number and then 4 categories of cost: direct labor, an allocation for fringe and studio overhead, and then direct expenses. The labor details break down the job from a who does what perspective by department and constitutes a kind of mini-bid. You can build this out with TBDs and then fill in actuals with known personnel later. Expenses are at the bottom, and these are the direct costs for the project. You can add custom categories and vendors for both actual and projected expenses. These new options are stored so future entry is made easy. Also worth noting, at the top of this page, we can toggle between multiple different currencies. And note that this TBD animator's costs are shown in Canadian dollars. That's because there is an assumption built in here that this role will be filled in Montreal. Simple supports not just multiple currencies, but multiple locations, each with its own currency and overtime rules. Since the major cost component of creative projects is labor, if we want timely information, we need cooperation from artists and others to record their time. Simple does that by making timesheet entry as simple as possible. This timesheet has been filled in for the week but has not been submitted yet. Let's add an extra few hours on Saturday and submit it. It's recorded as straight time because this person is salaried and not entitled to overtime. The current user has super user access, so they can edit or submit timesheets for other people. Let's switch over to someone who is hourly and look at their timesheet. We can see that they have both overtime and double time totals because the compensation rule set for their location has been defined by the organization. This person is working in California, which has overtime rules that include both overtime and double time based on both daily and weekly triggers. These overtime rules, along with additional location-specific options, are defined on the settings page. If we go to the settings for this organization, at the top are the different locations they operate in. Currently, they have locations in Los Angeles and Montreal. If we look at Los Angeles, we can see that there are overtime calculations based on time and a half and double time, with both daily and weekly triggers. You can set up all kinds of complex rules, or you can also work from templates that already exist to get you going. In addition to setting up locations, we're able to customize departments, roles, levels, and project types and statuses, as well as create API keys, restore deleted people, and set default settings for all future projects. So, how do we know where a person is, or what their rate is, or whether they're salaried or hourly? All of this is defined in the People page. If we go to Anthony's settings, we can see general information about him as well as his permissions within Simple. Below are his contracts, which includes a location, rate type, amount, and of course, start and end dates. Simple has been designed to never allow multiple contracts to overlap so that you can confidently know where, when, and how much this person is going to be paid. Meanwhile, we need to have a view of these timesheets in order to move the process forward. If we go to the status page, we can see the current state of every timesheet for the particular week. There are easy-to-use filters to focus on the people that are pending submission in particular locations. Production assistants or other support staff can quickly and easily see who they will need to wrangle to get timesheets ready for approvals. On the approvals page, timesheets are broken down to the project level so that each producer or department manager has the ability to approve or reject time specific to their project. The line item also informs the approver of the total amount of overtime and double time that will be billed to their project. If there is an error that needs to be corrected, the approver can reject a line item which will automatically unsubmit the timesheet with a custom message to assist in a correction. As soon as a line item for a project is approved, the dollars associated with it get actualized instantly within the project. When payroll is locked for the week, which indicates the end of submissions and approvals, we have near real-time information for the organization's profit and loss margins for each of their projects. The locking page is a powerful aspect of data management within Simple. It ensures that data does not change once a certain process occurs during the weekly cycle. The entry lock avoids submissions or unsubmissions of timesheets. The approval lock avoids approvals or rejections of line items. And the payroll lock ensures that no one, not even people with super user access, is able to change the timesheet entries and approvals. This ensures that the data within Simple is immutable until the end of time. So that's the cycle. It's very easy to use for all levels of user, which means near instant management information. It supports multiple currencies, multiple locations, multiple time zones, and multiple overtime rules. And it allows simple but powerful what-if planning. Thank you for your time. You can contact us to find out how to make Simple your timekeeping and cost reporting solution.